So many people, close to 1 million, slaughtered in cold blood. People had no food, no clothing, no medication, no hope. It was so devastating. There was no business, there was no income, there was no food. This was a situation that was beyond understanding.
I remember in 2003, 2004, everybody I would talk to would say, oh, Rwanda genocide. That was the only thing that we're associated with. It was very critical to change the narrative, to move from the negativity and the dark past of Rwanda to a story of hope. And so we had to find the one symbol that could bring various communities together.
To make a basket, you use two types of materials, sweetgrass and sisal. Weaving in Rwanda has been, it is one of our ancient traditions. You have to boil water, then add the dye inside, then dip the sisal inside.
Traditionally, the Rwandan basket was mostly for decorative purposes or historical in homes.
Then dry it on the line and it is ready for weaving. Baskets are so significant in our culture. To start a basket, first of all, you have to use plain sisal where you tie a knot.
The Rwandan basket represented the one item in our society that every community would recognize themselves in.
So you weave the base of sisal, then start adding a little grass. So as the basket grows, you keep adding the amount of grass.
It was something that every home in Rwanda for centuries had held, and held with pride.
After you start the basket with a small knot, you stitch everywhere. You have to stitch close stitches so that the threads cover the grass. Every basket has more than 30,000 stitches.
The minute I got off the plane, literally, I fell in love with Rwanda. I met genocide widows who had suffered unspeakable horrors and were dignified and creating incredibly beautiful baskets.
So many women were left widowed, girls orphaned. So Gahaya Links came in place to actually help these women make ends meet. We used the skill of weaving to transform the hobby of Rwandan women of weaving into an income-generating opportunity.
It totally blew my mind that with all they'd suffered, with the violence, with the trauma, their work was elegant, their work was detailed, their work contained such beauty, and they had such beauty that it was really astounding. And I said to the women, the genocide widows, I would like to help you to sell your baskets. And I knew that I had to keep that promise, no matter how impossible it was, because they had already been betrayed so many times by so many people. I couldn't do that. I had to somehow find a way to do that. I went to see Terry Lundgren, the CEO of Macy's. And Terry said, great, we want to help Rwanda. Tell me where to write the check. And I said, please don't make a donation. Will you consider doing this as a business? And he agreed. And here we are 10 years later.
Macy's made a commitment, and 10 years later, we're still here. And I think that the entire company is really proud of that. It's an opportunity to do something that makes a difference in the world.
We've seen so many NGOs and other groups that come to Rwanda, do one project and disappear, and leave the community sometimes even more distraught than they were before.
Terry Lundgren got involved in this program early on and is incredibly passionate about the work that we're doing here. And I think that that has just caught on at Macy's.
They stood with us, they are still with us and they are still providing for us. Every time you buy a basket, know that there are about 10 people attached to your purchase. You have fed that family, you have provided for that family.
The baskets I weaved for Macy's helped me pay for my child's school fees. If I had not learned how to weave baskets, I would not be living the life I'm living today. Weaving baskets has given me a good life. Weaving baskets helped me take care of my family. Before I didn't have anything, now I have a car, and I was able to build a home. Because of weaving, I'm a totally different person.
The basket was that little magical item that did change the story about Rwanda.
It united the communities that were torn apart by the war. Women found each other. Women started remembering their friends and communities came back together. Then there was forgiveness.
Now we're associated with hope, with a future, with resilience, with an opportunity to rebuild the country through the symbol of a basket.
There's so many problems in the world, we all feel overwhelmed. That what can we possibly do? What can one person do? My dream is that every person in America would buy a basket. Because the thing is, Rwanda is a small country. If 1 million people bought baskets, this entire country would be transformed. Totally, completely.